Welcome to Diverse Orange, our conversation about diversity here in Central Florida. My guest today is Kenneth Harris. Welcome, Kenneth.
Thank you. Good to be on the broadcast with you.
Kenneth, you are an artist and you also do framing, but let's talk a little bit about you and where you come from.
I'm originally from Jamaica.
And when did you come to the United States?
I moved to the United States back in 1997. Prior to that, I was coming back and forth while working with the cruise lines back then. And then finally decided that I wanted to give it a try. So I migrated 1997.
What was it that made you want to do that, to make this your home as opposed to Jamaica?
Um, a little bit of change is good. And while I was working on the cruise lines, Port Canaveral was my home base, and I liked the American lifestyle. I saw potential opportunities for me in regards to my artwork and my framing, and so I just thought that America being a land of opportunities would be a good chance for me to really give it a try.
And you said you had been coming back and forth for a while?
Yes, for about 5 years.
Well, before you first came to the United States on a visit, what was your image of what it was like here?
Um, my image was that United States was a land of opportunity, um, a land that I could probably capitalize on my art, on my framing. Um, I saw America as very diverse, with folks from all over the world living here, and so I just thought that I would fit in quite well.
And when you got here, did it meet your expectations? Was anything different?
It meets my expectations to a certain degree. Well, being visiting and living are completely two different things, But for the better part, I think I have made good on some of the things that I presume would have happened at the time. For example, I was able to capitalize more on my artwork, have more opportunity to shine, um, and to have a different, decent life.
And you were already being a professional artist before you moved here?
Yes,
And how was it finding your place here as an artist?
it was not easy to start with. Um, I had to work my way into the art society here. Um, I worked at a few framing places, framing shops, and I linked up with a few galleries around Central Florida area where I could display my art. Um, I also did a little bit of art classes back then, like teaching art back then. And so over the time, as with determination, as I pursue my goal, things were getting a little bit better and more encouraging. And that is one of the reasons why, I continue living here.
And here, do you connect mostly with other people that come from Jamaica or the general community? How's that work?
I connect a lot with the general community. Occasionally, I would link up with a few, from Jamaica. My whole aspect is wherever I can get an art connection, it doesn't matter Jamaica or not. That's what I want. And so I linked up with a few artists through framing. Um, I decided that I wanted to do more than just linking up. So I established um, the group, the Power Artist. This includes linking up with, different local artists that have different mediums, different style, different aspect, and to be engaged into the local art community, knowing that it's not a one-man show, and making link with others would be fruitful for myself and everybody else involved.
And what is that organization that you mentioned?
It's called the POW Artist. It stands for Pastel Oil and Watercolor. Um, it came about when I wanted to do a one-man show at the Casper Art House, and they don't do solo shows, so I linked up with two other artists that I've been framing for, and we decided to name ourselves based on the medium that we did, pastel oil and watercolor. And over the years, it blossomed from the three of us. We were 7 strong at one point, and as in any groups, folks come and they go. But the platform that we started with at the time has been very, very, very productive. We have linked up with local businesses to help us, to raise funds for awareness. Because within the group, we not just wanted to show art or to just to do art. We wanted to have a movement, and a movement that would be what we would say helpful to our society, knowing fully well that over the years, art has really helped me through, in my journey. So I wanted to share that passion, that devotion, and get other artists' feelings about their journey as well. So creating the group was one good thing, and the mission that we have taken the group on is another really important thing, which is healing through art. So that's what we've been doing as a group, and
Sounds good.
we're linking up with a lot of artists in that field,
Great.
and also the local business community.
As far as this being a land of opportunity, what would you say is the one most important thing that makes this a land of opportunity?
If you put your mind to whatever you put your mind to in this country, you can do it. Um, there's so many different ways that you can survive here. It's just up to you to do whatever you want to do to make it work. If you have a dream, you have a passion, and you follow your dream and your passion, it's there for the taking. And I personally experienced that
And
in
why do
my
you
life.
think that that is true here and wasn't necessarily true back home in Jamaica?
It's true back in Jamaica, but there's a lot more opportunity here for the taking than Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica is a developing country, it's a small island. So there's always limited resources. Here it's much larger, much broader. So there's a lot more opportunities.
And is there one thing that you miss here that you wish were here?
Um, I do actually. In Central Florida, the cultural arts community is not like what I would love it to be. There are a few artists and organizations who are doing their best to keep it going, but our local government does not spend enough time in the art community to keep it going. Um,
And I
I
want to
think
point out that you are in Seminole County.
I'm in Seminole County, correct. There are little areas where you know, where
So what you would like is more government support for artists.
more government support for artists. Yes, that's what I would like. I mean, I've traveled to many places and I've seen, you know, the art um, areas where they have museums, they have galleries, they have so many different aspects of art. That's very, very lacking here. So I
Right.
think if the local government would really step in and do more.
I hope you know that United Arts is reinstituting their individual artist grants, so artists can get a $5,000 grant from United Arts.
I didn't know that, and that's good to know because, you know, whatever we can take to make this work
Yeah.
would be good for us, especially the fact that we are expressing our art healing.
Great. Well, Kenneth, we are glad that you're here and that you have that kind of desire to use art for healing, for art for bringing people together and moving us forward. So thank you for being with me today and for talking to us about that.
Thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate this opportunity.
You bet.
And, you know, I hope that as time goes on, there'll be more that we can do to make a difference.
Great. And I want to thank you who are watching. We do every Tuesday a Diverse Orange broadcast. And also on Thursdays, I do a Playfully Orange. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.